Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and welcome to another Born of the Gods 8-4 draft. Just quick reminder, we've got a Seems Good Magic card giveaway going on right now, and this week my question is, what's your favorite Merfolk card and why? So if you want a chance to win a free Bident of Thassa, be sure to check that out and comment. Alright, on to our pack. We have Fellhide Spirit Binder, who's kind of cool. Gives you a little hasty copy tokens. I like Bioblight a lot. Very good card. Ghostblade Eidolon is of course good. Nyxborn Triton. I like the Spirit Binder. It's not like a 4-mana 3/4 is ever really that bad. He's also a Minotaur. If I thought I could make some sort of Minotaur tribal thing work. I think I'm going to go with the Bioblight. I just am feeling that a little bit more. I really like this card. You can 2-for-1 people with it. I think there's just something really good about Bioblight. Especially in standard constructed too. Alright. Follow-up pick. Well, I like Forlorn Sudama. It's got built-in evasion and it makes tokens. You can't really ask for too much more than that. There's also Hero of Iroas. There's also Everflame Eidolon, Nyxborn Eidolon, Rise to the Challenge, Wolf, Skirmisher. Good cards in here all around. Let's go with the Sudama. I do like this card a lot. Haven't gotten a chance to play it too much. I guess it is a 4-mana 1 toughness guy, which could be a problem, but once again, having evasion built in and being able to untap and produce tokens, in my opinion, is good. And the zombies don't even enter tapped, which is unlike zombies. They usually enter tapped. Oh, well, here goes, folks. We got Chromanticore. You know my rule. We get Chromanticore. It's only 3rd pick. We're going for it. Got Karametra's Favor in here. So now I know a little bit better how this works. Peregrination as well. So we're going to have to go green base, but even in 8/4s, I'm going to try and make Chromanticore work. Can't help myself. Too cool. Alright. Conscriptor, Weight of the Underworld. We probably just want removal is my guess. Excoriate is also going to help, but we're a little more base black at the moment. Excoriate's probably better than Weight, but let's go. There's nothing in here that helps us fix yet. So, until we can get that green fixing, let's just focus on some removal and stuff like that. Bioblight just suddenly got a little more difficult to cast. But yes, we're looking for green fixing or colorless fixing. Conscriptor's cool too. Not for this deck, I don't think. Yeah, if we're going to make Chromanticore work, I could technically take any color I wanted, but let's take Weight. I think that could be good. Could take a second one. Could take a Kiora's Follower, but that doesn't exactly help us. It helps us ramp, helps us with Inspired, but I don't think that's what we want here. Weight of the Underworld versus not much else. Alright. Weight number 2 it is. Drifter's another 4-drop. Not exactly interested in that. Best card in this entire pack is presumably Revoke, Mortal's Resolve, or Sudden Storm. Let's take the Revoke. There's a chance we could use it on gods, and it does deal with a ton of threats in this format, so certainly main deckable. Wayfinder finds us lands, right? Okay. Could help us. Otherwise, Siren Song Lyre is cool with Inspired, but that's alright. Alright, let's go Wayfinder. There's our Chromatrice's Favor, so we're going to slam that. Start getting our fixing going. A third, Weight of the Underworld, Setessan Oathsworn, Excoriate. I don't know. Infinite Weight of the Underworlds. This card's really not that great. It's okay. Certainly can preserve you some damage, but it's so expensive. I guess we could take an Excoriate. I mean, we're going 5 color, presumably. Anything good here? I mean, this is a 2-drop. It's certainly playable. Probably not what we want. This seems a little bit more in line. I presume 5 mana 7/7 or gaining 4 life is going to help us quite a bit. That being said, Griffin Dreamfinder can bring back our Chromanticore if he gets taken care of for some reason. But let's take the snake. This is not really a Stratus Walk deck all that much. Nor is it, well, I mean, Sunbond with Chromanticore, right? Stratus Walk's probably best against us. Alright, got an Excoriate anyway. Starbreaker Aspect, neither really interests me. Epiphany Storm, sure. Okay, so we are going to make Chromanticore work in an 8/4, which is pretty dangerous, but I don't mind so much. It's okay. Let's see here. We've got Nylea's Presence, but we can presume that we're going to be able to table that. We've also got Time to Feed, but currently a little bit short on creatures. Colossus is a little pricey, and we probably table that as well. Could take the Mender, actually. That brings us back our Chromanticore, as well as any of our other creatures. Plus, we're already kind of base rock anyway. I mean, it could take the Time to Feed as well, since I like removal that gains me life, but we just don't have good stuff to use it with currently. I mean, it's early enough where I could just take it, and we presumably find some more creatures. I guess I almost want to just take the Time to Feed, because we're going to wheel Presence, Mender, or Colossus. And even though Mender can bring back Chromanticore, I think Time to Feed could potentially be the best if we get a couple creatures that are useful. So let's take the removal that gains us life. I think that's the right choice. Alright. Take a second one. We've also got Boon Satyr. Staunch-Hearted Warrior. Nessian Asp is, of course, good. I mean, I like Boon Satyr more than Asp in general, but I think for this deck, Asp is going to preserve us a little bit better. So let's take the Asp here. Alright, second Time to Feed. Opaline Unicorn, though, is probably what we want for Chromanticore. We could, there's a chance that we, table it? Yeah, we could table it. This is actually a fairly deep pack. There's 13 cards, so the worst 5 cards in the deck, or this pack, excuse me, are probably Opaline Unicorn. So let's take the Time to Feed, hope to wheel the Unicorn. Okay. We could go for Triad of Fates again. I don't think he's that great, though. I guess he does Time to Feed stuff. We could take the Cure, though. It's a little bit of removal. Getting a little bit deeper black than I'd like, but maybe we already are deeper than we're just gonna have to accept that because of the Bioblight. All right, let's take the Cure. I guess Read the Bones too. but that might be a bit too dangerous. Fellhide Minotaur actually works with time to feed reasonably well, but I presume that this goes later than Cure is going to go. Let's take the Cure. Alright. Surprisingly not that much fixing. Let's take the Savage Surge. Could take the Fade, but we've already got Revoke. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Baleful Eidolon certainly looks good. Looks like what we want. There's also Vulpine Goliath and Disciple, but yeah, Eidolon. Let's see, Blood Toll Harpy, not exactly what I was planning on doing in this deck, but it does at least trade with some flyers in a pinch, and we're base black anyway, okay. I was kind of hoping to see some amulets or other things. Do I want a Hedonist for this deck? Not especially. Don't really need any of this. We don't have much use for any of these cards. I think we take the Betrayal for the sideboard. Well, we did get the Colossus. If I had more ramp, I would be more in favor of it. But we still have a pack left. And it is an actual finisher in a pinch if I can survive that long. I do have a lot of removal. Alright, why not? Could also do Centaurs, but Colossus is a lot more interesting. Alright, did we not wield? No, the next pack I think is the one where we see if we wield Nylea's Presence. Hopefully we did. Alright, we can take the Sentry here. He's actually really good. So we missed out on Nylea's Presence. I'm very surprised. Well, we got to slam the Unicorn here. We're going to need him. Don't need this. Well, we're currently junk, but I do want to make Chromanticore work. We're just going to have to really see if we can do that, I guess. Not sure if we're going to be able to or not. Currently fixing is Karametra's Favor and Unicorn. Well, I guess I can't hope to wheel Nylea's Presence, sadly. That card, I really thought that card wheels all the time. But someone decided that it was not the worst. Medomai the Ageless. It's pretty cool. This deck needs the Traveler's Amulet to make the Chromanticore work. What are we cutting? Probably Starbreak? No, Warden, probably. I want the Courser for the double time to feed, because currently I don't have much to do with the time to feed. So let's take the Courser and hope to wheel. I mean, Medomai is a good finisher too. It is a good finisher. I think that's undeniable. Unfortunately, there's commons in this set that deal with it, but I guess the same goes for Chromanticore. I think we need the Courser a little bit more if we actually think this deck could do something. Alright, we've got Prophet here. We wheeled Opaline Unicorn last time. We also have Grey Merchant, which could buy us some time, definitely. Also Sip of Hemlock for removal. Divine Verdict for removal. Unknown Shores for fixing. I mean, I like the idea of profit, but I don't think there's a ton of opportunities to use it. It would be insane to flash bestow a Chromanticore, no doubt. I'm going to take the Gray Merchant, and I hope to wheel that. Oh, wow. More Gray Merchants? Jeez. Fleeceman Lion as well, which is definitely good. Here's our Amulet and Gray Merchant. Usually you want to go pretty deep with Gray Merchants. I like the Lion a lot. That's an insane finisher too. If you get him going, you can do some pretty nasty stuff. It's going to make the double black early way more awkward though. Let's get, can we, see, I don't know how likely we are to wheel amulets. That's the problem. Let's take a second Gray Merchant. They usually go, geez, we're just getting all the Gray Merchants. And Burnished Heart too, geez. Maybe we just turn into a Gray Merchant deck. They're certainly good in multiples. I like how they work with weight too. That's kind of funny. Well, let's take the Burnished Heart. We're probably going to try and wheel some amulets here. Feral Invocation is going to work well. Time to Feed, so let's do that. Read the Bones could definitely be useful. Return Phalanx works well with Time to Feed. Otherwise Lash of the Whip, but we definitely have enough late game stuff and removal already. Ordeal is also cool, but let's take the Phalanx. We're going to want to hold down the fort as effectively as possible. We could also take Divine Verdict or a second Century of the Underworld, which really isn't that terrible. Works fine with Gray Merchant. It's probably better than Snake. It's a little bit more difficult to play. It really isn't that much of a Harpy deck. Let's see here. Take the Verdict. I want to be a little bit removal heavier. Let's see. Acolyte. Wish I had more green permanents, but it does ramp us. It only ramps us green though, which really isn't that impressive. Maybe we just go deep on removal, although Feral Invocation could be good. I'm going to take the Invocation. The reason is I like that it buffs with the double time to feed. I think since it's a combat trick plus works well with our removal, I think it's worth it. All right, let's take the Unknown Shores here. More fixing, and I can't believe we didn't table those amulets. That is amazing. Very surprised. Let's take the Shredding Wind sideboard. Very amazed that we did not wheel those. Or the Unicorn. Wow. Did someone else grab a Chromanticore too? Second Yoke Docks. Alright, well, bad news. We did not wheel either Amulet or Annihilate's Presence. And those are pretty important cards for this. But our fixing currently is what? Unknown Shores, Karametra's Favor, Burnished Heart, Opaline Unicorn. That's it? Oh, geez. Well, that's going to make... okay, so what, like 5 pieces of fixing? All right. Well, that's going to make Chromanticore a little more difficult, but I probably am going to go for it anyway. And don't need to main deck that. Okay. Well, let's see what we're working with right now. This is 29. Let's see here. 14 creatures. Alright, well, we're going to have to dump some stuff. All of our 5-drops are creatures. We do have ramp with Burnished Heart and Unicorn, so we can actually jump to 3 to 5. I can't believe we didn't table that Unicorn. It's shocking. People never play this card either. And people do play amulets, but really not that often. And Nylea's Presence is actually really not played that much either, honestly. It really isn't. But I mean, I don't know what to say about it. That certainly did happen. All right, let's cut the weights. I think we're already a wee bit clunky. Let's only maybe have one Feral Invocation. Wayfinder still probably pretty important, but we could actually mill important cards with it. But it finds us lands. I think it's a little too important to pass up for this deck. So I guess that is another piece of fixing we have. So we have Wayfinder, Favor, Unicorn, Burnished... Why is this down here? Burnished Heart. Is that it? Unknown Shores. Alright, so I have to make 3 more cuts. Let's cut the Savage Surge. Let's cut the Revoke. I'd rather have our Divine Verdicts and Excoriates to buy us time. Our removal suit is actually decent. It's just I think we have to cut one of our 5-drops. So I guess the Snake is probably the least exciting. Could also cut the Colossus, but we do actually have ramp to get to 8. Unicorn, Burnished Heart get you there faster. Favor is also technically ramp. And this deck, maybe this deck doesn't need a finisher like that though. This deck really doesn't need Colossus to finish with Chromanticore, Asp, Double Grey Merchant, Sentry. Sudama, I guess, is not that impressive in this deck, but we're a little bit short on creatures. Kind of a removal-heavy deck. Yeah, so I should have picked up the amulets. I just am very surprised they did not wheel. That would be funny if we had to go head-to-head with another Chromanticore deck. This deck doesn't quite seem as bomby as the last Chromanticore deck. Let's see. Do we want to try the Colossus? It's so expensive. Maybe we do the second Feral Invocation. The problem is we just don't have that many creatures, which makes this worse. I'm a little worried Read the Bones is too dangerous. Can we really afford to lose 2 life? But I think we can. I think we have to. Because we're trying to find more stuff early for fixing. Perhaps we cut the Colossus. But once again, I guess we do have the ramp. We actually have ramp. This is like a deck that can actually play Colossus. Well, I mean, this is 23. I guess we'll settle for this. It's really not, it's not that bad. It's really not. It could have been a lot better if I had tabled the stuff that I thought I would. I think this deck would be actually really good. But instead, it's mostly junk and then getting the Chromanticore and Colossus for our late game plans, which is fine. Okay. Well, let's check out our colors, I guess. So we're going to need double black. We only need a little bit of green, and then we've got, okay. Let's put in the Unknown Shores. Let's see what they suggest. 1 and 1 I definitely agree with. The white, we have, what, 4 spells that require white, so 3 plus Burnished Heart and Unicorn is 5. That probably works. 7 black sources, 4 green sources. Jeez. This is a bit of a mess. 5, 6 green sources with the 7 with the Unknown Shores. 8. I think we do 1 less of these. I think we do... We really do want to hit these early. Or else we have some issues maybe. I guess we could do that since I want to hit the Favor and I want to hit the Courser and stuff too. I mean, alright, I just have to remember that I'm base green-black. And then just a little bit of white is necessary. Alright. This mana base is a little bit intense. But I think we're going to do it like this. I mean, I guess I only require 1 green, so maybe I should be doing like this. I really do require double black early. But then again, I have to see all of my colors. Ugh. This is tough. Can they give me like a breakdown maybe? 14, 8, 5, 1, 1, yeah. 14, 8, 5. I think we're going to try it like this. Definitely, certainly an awkward mana base. But that's okay. I think this deck's alright, considering it's a Chromanticore deck. I guess we'll see how we do. I'll see you guys in round 1.